Dalphia. To all the boys and girls, children from around the vast honor world, if you don't know who I am, go check me in. What it do? What's hot? What's popping? What's not? Yo, we doing, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Last night, I'm going to do quick in my opinion about last night. The topic 337 Unfiltered was about, do radio still support local artists? And is radio still important? I want to say shout out to all the artists that's putting in the work, that's doing what they got to do to make it happen. You know, like I was saying last night, it takes a lot of groundwork and a lot of reaching to generate millions of subscribers, millions of followers, even thousands. You know what I mean? So people that do that, y'all work good, man. All powers be unto y'all. Y'all, you know, that shit is not easy. However, if you understand the pivotal role of radio, hold on, let me see how I look with my glasses on. Like that there. If you understand the pivotal role of radio, boy, you know what I'm saying? If you understand the pivotal role of radio, then you will understand that it does play a significant part, because you have to know what radio was built for. It's built on bigger than just getting your sound out. You know, we look at it like radio is for putting our song out way more farther, people going, you know what I'm saying, to hear us all over. That's part of it. But radio plays a most significant role in that. You know what I'm saying? Radio is connected to a lot of organizations. It's connected to a lot of sponsors, stuff like that. So that's why whenever you artists that do good on radio notice something, they start getting in doors that other artists can't get into. You know, for example, right now, right, you could feel somebody hot because of their followers, their views, their streams and everything. But yet out of nowhere, an unknown artist just coming past them up and doing world tour all over TV, because that artist took the measurements to do what they got to do to get to these places. And radio was one of them. That's the pivotal role of radio. Radio was one of them. And when you learn what radio is for, you know what I'm saying? When y'all learn what radio is for, that is not just to get your song heard. You have to learn how to work radio. Radio is a tool that has to be worked, and you could generate unlimited revenue from it, unlimited revenue. You know what I mean? Now let me just get comfortable, because I can't talk like you people, man. But you could, yeah, man, fuck. I gotta talk like me. You could get a lot of money though. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn radio, you get a lot. You learn that shit, you make a lot of money, and it puts you in places that streaming don't put you in, because it's set up that way. You know, the people that own the radios own the streaming companies, so they set it up that way. That way, you don't cross certain thresholds by not taking certain measurements. So in order to cross these thresholds, you gotta take these measurements. And it seems like we don't need radio. That's not true. That is not true. Yes, radio, we do need radio because it's connected to these organizations. If I'm saying it right, the RAA, the RNAA, whatever they call association, music association, RAA, and these are the people that runs the industry, right? They are the people that runs a third or part of fraction of the industry pertaining to meta. So you really want to get in that, because even like, I understand if you have 1 million followers, 100,000 subscribers, you know, you stream, you do 200,000, that's good. However, you need those certifications from radio. Radio give you certification that streaming don't, because when you understand what streaming is not like buying music. You know, back then artists went platinum from their record sales. These days you got artists going allegedly streaming. Now you got artists that streams platinum, they're not going platinum. That's something me and my brother should have talked about last night. That's not platinum. All these artists getting these little certificates from Spotify and Apple Music, that don't mean you went platinum. You know what I'm saying? You stream platinum. If 1 million people stream your song, you could get one. I could get one. You know what I'm saying? That's easy, and that costs $250 or $500 for them to make it and for you to receive it. Simple text. So it's just to make you feel good. In reality, from a business perspective, you're not going platinum. In the RAA Music Association, you're not known as a platinum artist. In the Library of Congress, you're not known as a platinum artist. You know what I'm saying? That don't count. So that's what I'm saying. And without that count those areas, you won't get to award shows. You won't get no world tours. You won't get no BT, MTV, and all this stuff like that. Yeah, Rolling Loud is a good thing. But however, what people fail to understand is the people that run Rolling Loud is independent now. They're not connected to these major organizations like Universal and all these other companies like they used to. They used to work under them. Now they build their own legs. They became their own entity. It's kind of like the South by Southwest Music Festival. At a time, that was connected to all the radio stations, sponsored by a lot of companies. Now they their own organization. They do their own sponsor. That's why it's not big like it used to be. The Freaknik in Atlanta used to be sponsored by the radio stations and a bunch of organizations. That's why it was worldwide and it was big. And you travel to go to Atlanta. Now they're their own organization. They're not backed up by that, so you don't hear nothing about it. Kappa Beach Party in Galveston used to be sponsored by the colleges and the radio. The Kappa team and the Betas and the colleges and radio stations. Nowadays, they are not sponsored by these people. So this is why you don't hear these things worldwide like we used to hear it. Freaknik, all these things, they were sponsored. So yes, radio plays a pivotal role in music. It's just this new generation don't understand what that role is. Due to social media, they feel that they don't need that. And I'm not disagreeing. If you're comfortable with your career where it's at, then no, you don't need radio. You don't. However, if you plan on being major, if you plan on being big as YB, if you want to do what YB do, you got to do what YB do. And you have to get with the program. And another thing I was telling my brother, like, you have to, I don't care if you have a lot of subscribers, followers, whatever. That don't mean everybody heard of you. That don't mean, man, every day you got 160,000 artists uploading their music to Spotify, man, daily. So that don't mean everybody heard you. You still have to put in those work that you had to do back then. Artists today got lazy when it comes to this shit. They just want to sit their ass on this phone and make and do all kind of shit. You got to get up and go work, man. Listen, these little steps, it makes a big impact. Getting up, bringing your music to promoters, to DJs, to radio stations, to clubs, to colleges, getting up and doing that, promoting your music, making flyers. I know a lot of people don't have the budget it takes. They don't have the money. They don't want to spend that money. That's understandable. However, if you are generating money off of your platforms, streaming, whatever you're doing, take your money and invest into your mechanical career, because that's how that works. Most of us don't understand. We just, I made $500 off of Spotify 3 months ago. I'm gonna go buy me some shoes. I'm going to the club. Next month I might get another one. But you're not understanding that you're supposed to take that money and invest it in your song and make your song hotter. Turn that 500 to 5,000. That's what I'm saying. It's called marketing. It's marketing. It's not nothing to do with because you're hot. It's not nothing to do with because you know what I'm saying? You still have to learn marketing in the world of business. And yes, it plays a pivotal role. Now, again, I'm not saying you need it. If you don't want your career to get this far, then you don't need that. Now, like I was telling my brother, even if, let's say they don't want to do the radio. Artists is comfortable with social media, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. They don't want to do radio. That's cool. Well, your career gonna only be where it's at. Even if it's growing, it's levels to this. Even if it seems like it's bubbling in that region, if you get picked up by a label or another organization and they got the budget, guess what they're gonna do? Take your career and enhance it. Whatever you was doing, they gonna clean it up and put you on the radio, because they know putting you on the radio opens doors to other avenues and other revenues that's taking you to these places you need to be, where you could sit next to Britney, bitch. You could sit next to Hov. That's why. Without certain certifications, you won't even get in certain buildings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Now, emotionally and personally, you could have your own belief, but it's not what you believe, it's what you know. This is what this whole system is operating on. It's not what you believe, it's what you know and what you could prove. So if it's written, then follow it. However, you don't have to. If you don't follow it, I feel no one should have the right to be angry at something they're not even trying to even take part of. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're not even trying to take part of that, then you shouldn't be angry about it. You shouldn't even have a voice for it, because first off, that's a whole nother monster that has its own boundaries that one still have to learn. It's just like mechanics. I just can't go fuck around under a car right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not gonna get a plumber to do a mechanic job. You know? Or I'm not just gonna nigga rig and put a braid tie on the transmission, and then I'm gonna tie the battery down to the carburetor and I'm gonna roll. I'm not about to do that. Maybe if I pass in the hood, they're gonna see my car. Man, I'm taking my, if I do get my car to roll like that, I'm going straight to the garage, straight to the mechanic shop. By the experts that could make my car roll to where I ain't gotta use that, because long as I don't go to the mechanic shop, I'm always use braid ties on the carburetor, a t-shirt to hold the battery down, a t-shirt to hold the, you know what I'm saying? And long as I'm rolling, hey cuz, long as I'm rolling, I don't care. Long as I'm rolling, I don't care. We don't think like that. If we doing business in the industry, and when I say industry, the industry is music in general. Cause last night I was saying the industry, and I didn't want the viewers to get mixed up by thinking when I'm talking about the industry is separated from local. No, bro. Industry is industrial. The people that own the music industrial owns the music industrial. So if you are part of music, then them people own you, no matter how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? If you streaming, they own the platforms. Yeah. If you making CDs, they own disc makers. I just called them the other day. Fuck, it's on that phone. I just called this man. So it's the same departments. They all, so the industry is what I'm saying. So even if you feel you local and you do music and you upload your music to a platform and start promoting your music, you are trying to make your way into the music industry that is owned by them. So the only way to get in is to play by their rules. Yeah, you can find ways around it, but it is set up and designed a certain way. So you may look like you're getting up this way, but there's a roadblock. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Because they control the industry. They own it. They spend the trillions of dollars putting this together, and they have a system that they got this industry going by. And yes, you don't have to be a part of this industry, but soon as you start doing music and distributing on platforms, you are part of the industry. Yeah, as soon as you use these tools, you are part of the industry. Soon as you try to be famous and be a public figure, you are part of the industry. They control. So pick your poison. You want to play or you don't want to play. You know what I'm saying? You want to play or you don't want to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's wrong with us as black people, bro. We never created shit in the past 40 years, but we want to run everybody else shit. No, man. Infantry. You got to play. Do like what everybody else did. You see them niggas got in, got them, and got the fuck out. And even those that stayed independent, like Dolphin, like Nip, at the end of the day, they was independent, but they wasn't independent like you think. See, people, this is what French Montana was saying last week on his interview with the Africans. With them African brothers from Nigeria, they're from Nigeria, but they was born on the East Coast, so they podcast on the East Coast. Shout out to them, my brothers. Senegal, Nigeria, come on, you know what I'm saying? Ça va faire là. Tu comprends? But I'ma just say what French say. Like French Montana say, bro, artists think that when an artist, major art or a big artist, they independent, local people think that means independent today. Today, independent is not 20 years ago independence. Trust me. When artists or companies say that they are independent, like Dolph, like Nipsey, they're independent because they're not connected to a major corporation. However, Nipsey went independent at the end when he started screaming that all money in. All money in, no money out. That means you own 100 to 0. You put all your money in, out your pockets, your money, and receive everything in. You take your money and you sponsor all these avenues. You sponsor all these avenues, whether it's tours, whether it's events, whether it's publicist, whether it's promotion, whether it's all you come out your pocket and you do it. That's all money in. That's independent. But if you have organizations that's sponsoring you and that's giving you to do it, kind of like Nip them had, because they dealt with a few, Dolph had, then you're not technically independent. You know what I'm saying? That you're not technically independent. Independent is what Master P them was doing before they got their deal, selling out the trunk, like H-Town was doing, Slim Thug and Swish House, Goldmine Production, Full Side Entertainment, Screwed Up Click, and everybody else from that era. When we was selling our music out the trunk, going to the store, buy these CDs, buy these tapes, coming home, have to burn all this by ourselves, package that by ourselves, go out and sell that, distribute that, and then come back around and go collect. That's independent. That's independent. All money in. So we have to watch it because the game have changed. But I know a lot of people don't study these things. So they don't understand what's going on. And I agree. But at the end of the day, I disagree because I know better. When you know better, you do better. So I could come up here and I could bash radio. I could do all that. Because on a personal level, yes, I do have personal feelings from a personal level with these people who I know that's in local radio because we have a personal relationship. On the business contrary, that don't work like that. The first thing they tell you in business, you need to separate family from business. So that don't work like that. And that's when I understood it's bigger than me and my friends in high places because they have a job. So if they got a job, they got a boss. If they got a boss, that means they got an owner. They don't have no power. You feel me? That's what I was trying to say last night. They don't have the power to do what we local artists would want them to do in local radio. However, the little bit of power they do have, they have to use it wisely. So the way that these DJs use their little bit of power, and I understand, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to hurt one of my brothers that way by trying to make them say, fuck what you're doing. Because if you was in that position, then you would understand. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I couldn't say last night on his page because, you know, this is personal and this is law abiding. So I wouldn't want to get nobody in trouble. At the end of the day, man, we only have one DJ that got the power, and his power is very limited, bro, to help us get on this radio today. And it's limited. So he take his limitation and he do all he could. He have to benefit for it because if anything goes left, he lose his position. Once he loses position, we lose radio forever. So why we don't care if that man loses position? Why we don't give a fuck? Why he should, you know, we got to think about that, man. He should do, no, he can't if he got a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you go to your job and do what you want to do? If you don't own that job, okay, we got to apply that to everything. I can't make y'all think. Yeah, I'm the balancer. I can't make y'all think. So, you know, that's just why last night it seemed like our conversation was debatable, which it was. We liked that. That shit was awesome. However, I wanted to give clarity on my side because I need y'all to understand how this works. You know, if I feel if I let it be, it could go off like, nah, we don't need the radio. Or, yeah, you need the radio because you have to. I wanted to give y'all clarity on what I was talking about. For those who would love radio, this is the thing. You have to follow the format, follow the protocol. And those who don't want radio, you don't have to. Do what you got to do. But I'm going to tell you, if you get a deal, you're still going to the radio. So if this is not your aim to get on the radio right now, I wouldn't waste no energy trying to get on the radio if I'm making noise, if I'm building a big fan base doing what I'm doing. Do what you're doing first. Build your fan base because your fan base still could get you deals. But on the point I'm saying is once you get the deal, you're still going to the radio. You know what I'm saying? Once you get a deal, you're going to the radio. And this is the main point I was trying to make. We need to stop and ask ourselves, if radio not important, then why once you get the deal, you still going to radio? Because it's important. It's very important. Just because you couldn't do it, that don't mean it don't count. It's important. If these billionaires who want to sign you, gonna put that money behind you to put you on all kind of radios, ask them that. Man, no, don't put the money on the radio, give me the money. They gonna look at you crazy. They know something you don't know. They know something you don't know. And once you get on radio, you're gonna start seeing how, especially with a major, you're gonna start seeing how your life do a unanimous turnaround when you traveling in Dubai eating what that boy say? Eating caviar pancakes and stuff like that. Say like Tony Yayo. You know, in Dubai eating caviar pancakes and stuff like that, man. Yeah, caviar pancakes and drinking champagne for breakfast. That's how your life gonna end up. Because like radio is responsible for a lot of these major tours and major compactions, dog. Like it's a system. It's not what you think. So I advise anybody to study these things. Young artists, y'all still have a lot of youth and time. So while you are building your career, I encourage you to also take the time out to study. Get books like All About the Business. Get books like Music Business 101. These books written by what's my boy name that made Motown Records? What's his name? Michael Jackson, the producer. Barry Gordy and other one. The one that made Secret Gardens. Quincy Jones. Them. You know what I'm saying? Music Business 101, All About the Business. And there's a lot of other music books that y'all should study so y'all can learn how to apply that while y'all gaining your followers. Because if y'all can learn the business while y'all generating thousands of followers and subscribers, y'all could be a powerhouse. Y'all could be the new Cash Money No Limit. But if you don't have the business and you are a powerhouse in excelling social media, another company is gonna come and fill in that No Limit Cash Money NBA records for you, and then you'll go from there. So I mean, however you want to do it. So that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only true, the original La Louisiana homie T-Money. You're now tuning into In My Opinion. This is the first one. We're gonna be doing this at least 3 times a week. So tune in. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you like the comment, the topic. I'm trying to get this together. I'm trying because I have to be careful. So if you like the topic, hit the like button. If you don't like the topic, hit the don't like button, because your opinion do matter to me. Remember, this is in my opinion, but we're here for your opinion. So leave a comment how you feel. This is not a debate. This is us just to elaborate and share information due to our experience. So please leave your comment, share, subscribe, and man, make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Next one, I'm gonna have some extravagant things going on. This is the first one. We got one Friday. We're gonna do Friday edition. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have my little partner with me, Voodoo Child, aka Josh James, Lil Mocha, to give y'all a few insights on him. And we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Make sure you check me out every Wednesday on 337 Unfiltered on Flat Life TV. And then you come back over here, check me out every Thursday morning, in my opinion. And then you check me out on Fridays. And you check me out on Mondays. All right? Peace, love, and happiness. And I'm going to let y'all go like that. I'm the original TMONEY Da Dalphia, the one and only true La Louisiana homie, Bro Bridge, St. Martin Parish, Creole City, USA, 337, to the whole world. Shout out to the Band Up Babies. Shout out to BUA. Shout out to everybody out there doing their thing in Bro Bridge. You know what I mean? I can't think of everybody right now, but I'm coming home for us to get all that together and do what we got to do so we could help with that and put y'all in places y'all need to be. I ain't forget about y'all. I love y'all, and I had to do what I have to do so we could do what we got to do. So don't think that y'all cousin turned his back on y'all. He with y'all. Now I'm reaching out, giving y'all what y'all need so y'all could exceed to the next level. So shout out to all the St. Martin Parish rappers, man. Shout out to all the rappers from Cecilia. Shout out to all the rappers from Arnoldville and St. Martinville. Shout out to the rappers in Parks. Shout out to the rappers in Crowley, Karen Cruz, Sunset, Appaloosas, Dooson, Tout La Place, nigga. Tout La Place. 2x2. Shout out to the rapper 2x2. Alright. So, yeah. C'est bon, man. C'est bon. C'est la vie ici. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to push it. Where I'm at with it? Oh, okay. I'm going to still go. So, that's that. Let me check some comments right quick. Let me get into that right quick. Would you rather fast water on it for 30 days and get a 5 million? I told it or shop and get $10 million. Yeah. Would you rather fast water only for 30 days and get $5 million, or be locked in a room for 5 months, no toilet, no showers, and get $1 million? I don't know what that question means, but I mean, I'm pretty sure any artist will take the 10 million. They'll try their best. So if that's what we're talking about, I think they'll take the 10 million. You feel me? What up to all our viewers out there? City Boys, I see you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Louisiana. I see you. Is that the same one from Facebook? What up, what up? If that is, you're supposed to get at me stunting. I ain't gonna do you like that though. I've been down if you've been trying to get at me. How you doing, Louisiana? She said, you're not gonna say hi. Yeah, I'm gonna say hi. Give me a chance. See, sometimes when I be josing on here, I see y'all, yeah, but I gotta come back and do it because I can't. It's hard to stop and say it when I'm in the middle of my conversation. So don't think I ignore y'all. I will come back because y'all opinion do matter. So yeah, I'm gonna say hi. What's up, baby? How you doing? Peace to you. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your contribution. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. And if you don't like it, smash the don't like button. I still appreciate it. To me, it still balance out equal. So thank you. And thank you for your comment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, I have to learn how to keep my composure because even though I'm going to be going raw here, I'm going to be, I'm going to cut up. But I can't bring certain topics in here. So for y'all, I want to apologize to one of my viewers yesterday because he was with me. He just asked me to do something. And he was asking for the betterment of my health. I didn't even know until I came back watching. And I'm like, you know what, brother, you got that. He didn't say nothing wrong. He was like, oh, brother, ooh. And I'm like, man, you're right. But then I went in and then I'm like, you know what? They told me this before. Don't do it. So, yeah, shout out to him and forgive me. And if anybody felt disrespected about the topic 2 days ago, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me. I wouldn't try to disrespect none of y'all preferences. But to the artists I was talking to, fuck you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you personally fuck you because we don't get along. I don't get along with all the 337 artists. So we're not going to, I don't sugarcoat, put candy cane on a dick. I don't put lipstick on a pig. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gangster with it. And that don't mean I'm a killer. Gangster meaning that I'm real to me. I'm honest to me. I'm just very honest to myself. So if I know we don't have no dealings, I'm not going to give you that energy. I'm not rocking with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all do a lot of clumsy duck stuff anyway. Y'all be doing a lot of duck shit. So I don't rock like that. But to the artists that works, to the artists I do rock with, and a lot of artists I rock with, let's do what we got to do. It's only a handful of artists from the 337 I don't rock with. And they all in one group. That's the crazy thing. They all belong to the same group. Now, the main people of the group, I don't like y'all. Everybody else just implemented themselves in that. I don't know why these niggas is country and backwards like that. They just implement this. Oh, you don't like my people? I'm gonna jump in there. Man, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Like, get out of here. You want some attention? Go ahead, man. Yeah, they're gonna stretch you out, then you gonna get all the attention you want. When they're gonna lay you out on that street like that, you're gonna get all the attention you want. Until then, go ahead, man. I can't see how grown men want to take up for another grown man that put himself in a bowl of shit. A grown man that put himself in something he got to get out. Everybody want to come to his ear. Man, that looks so soft to me. Whoa, that don't make you look gangster. I don't know if you think this is a movie. It's not a movie, dog. That don't make you look gangster because, you got a situation and your little monkey's just jumping out. That look soft to me. That look like you scared. That look like you scared of little old me. 5'3" tall. Short man. That hot though. That hot. Short man. Big heart, nigga. Big heart. So it don't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why you and you feel some type of way whenever I don't even know who you people are. Then I had to realize, that's why, boy. That's your daddy. Yeah, I found out. I see you. I said, okay, that's why he mad, cuz. They mad cuz they daddy. Wait, they just don't know. Stay out of my way, man. I hate fake beefs. I hate fake beefs. Like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? That artist back then, look. Shout out to my partner, man. I don't know if you remember that Party Boy. I don't know if Party Boy remember that shit. But before I even knew Party Boy was, that's my bro. Me and him got a song. Check out our song, So Hard right now on all streaming platforms. TMONEY featuring Party Boy. At the time, I think he was going by another name. I think it was Franchise. So when he was when he was had that name, I didn't really know who he was at the time, but I would hear throughout the crowds about him because he started doing shows. At the time, I kind of started traveling out, so I wasn't going to the clubs. I really didn't personally know. I would just hear about, and then he might not remember. He probably don't even know. See, that's the thing. I never talked to him about that. So Party Boy, I'm gonna talk to you, but this crazy. But I remember, and I'm not that type of hoe ass nigga, but it was a little nit that came in, you know what I'm saying? And the nit was like, man, you know, Franchise such and such. And I didn't know who that was. I'm like, no, I don't know. And he was like, man, he said he know you. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I told a little nit, I'm like, man, yeah, I'm not doubting he know me because everybody know me, man. I'm promoting, I'm hot right now. I don't doubt he don't know me. So, but he don't know me like that. So the little nit was like, yeah, no, but he said da 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 da. And then he was like, man, he said y'all was beefing. Bro, listen, me and my little brothers, them instantly, they was in a whole nother conversation. When they heard beefing, them niggas turned around and came to the conversation. Who beefing with what? Because at the time we was young, bro. You understand? Niggas was about 17, 18. So we strapped, we really having problems in our Louisiana street. So when you say beef, now I want to know who you talking about, boy. Who? And then I found out that was my brother. It was just a rapper. And I'm like, man, no, that's rap. I don't have no rap beef. I don't know nothing like that. I don't do that. I don't want to rap beef neither. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to rap beef. Like, I don't want to do that. And I'm great. I'm a great battle rapper. That's what I came up doing, battling. I'm a good battle rapper on some New York shit. Straight New York, nigga, Brooklyn beat. But not here. I'm not about to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because people get too emotional. We can't even do a battle rap beef right now with anybody for fun because it'll get personal. So that's why back then, we are so country, we had alter egos, it would got personal. So no, we didn't entertain that. So I don't do fake beef. So I remember when we did find Party Boy at one of them concerts we had, and then I asked him, he was going by Franchise, and he would say the same thing. He ain't never knew nothing about that, you know. So I knew it was people that was following him and me who was trying to get on, trying to throw a cross. They could have taken something he said though. I ain't gonna put it back. They could have taken something he said because the person know me well too. So they could have taken something he have said and just took it and took me in that way. You feel me? But I was very clear on what I said. And when I did see him and meet him for the first time, we spoke about it because we was at a show or a studio. I don't know if we was in Crowley. I don't remember. I just know we was at a show the first time that I met him. And I was surprised. I'm like, oh, you such and such. Man, why such and such? And he like, man, I don't know. Bro, I don't know. He was like, bro, I'm trying to do some music with you. He said, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I've been trying to catch you. Like, you know, it was hard to catch each other back then with all artists because we wasn't hip to this technology. So it was like, you either have to show up to the concert or show up where a person hang at or their hood. A lot of shows I got booked for, I was in my neighborhood. They came to my hood, look for me. And outside of that, it was because at the concert, after I finished perform, then somebody would walk up to me by the stage and book me because they would come to the concert and book me for another show. So these are the ways I had to get reached before social media. So I understood. But once we found out that that was negative, it's like, nah, then we put an end to it. We let, you know, it was good because I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't about to promote no narrative that didn't benefit me. You know, it didn't benefit me at the time because I was hotter. I was the hottest. So it didn't pay for me to beef with somebody that was trying to get on when I just could have do a song with them and then put them on. I don't have to beef with you. You know what I'm saying? But however, they do got some individuals that have some pussy pop emotion. Pussy pop. Hey, pussy pop. He probably turned that stuff. He can say, pussy pop, man. Straight pussy pop. So Those that got the pussy pop emotions, you know what I'm saying, put a tampon in their ass. Go about your business. Leave that tampon and that Kotek in the ass. Like that. Go about your business, bitch. And anybody want to follow you, fuck you.
You see it?
Oh yeah, be live. My beautiful people. Peace, love, and happiness. My ruling kiss show, I don't like to put that on camera, you know what I'm talking about? So the first time I'm going to do it, and last time I do it. You feel me? So, yeah. Peace, love, and happiness.